So YouTube has announced its intention to roll out what it refers to as a truth panel on search results indicating fake news, hoaxes, or false information. This sounds an awful lot like George Orwell's Ministry of Truth from 1984. I am Viva Frei, a Montreal litigator turned YouTuber, and don't worry, this is not going to be a political video. I just watched a video by a fellow lawyer YouTuber named Corzine, who has a channel called Heart of the Matter. Check it out if you've never checked it out, it's a great channel. He did a piece today analyzing what YouTube is referring to as a truth panel, verification system for search results to combat fake news, false information, etc, etc. It is literally being called a truth panel. Now, they're using the word panel as in like a little panel that pops down in search results to indicate if something is a hoax, has been debunked, etc, etc. But in reality, it's a truth panel, as in there's a panel deciding what is true and what is not true, what is a hoax and what is not a hoax, what has been debunked and what has not been debunked. Apparently, YouTube is working with a handful of fact checkers, verified fact checkers, who are going to give warnings on certain search results of, quote, sensitive topics as to whether or not it's a hoax, whether or not it's fake information, whether or not it's inaccurate, whether or not it has been debunked. The pretext of this initiative is to combat the spread of fake news and to promote the truth. I wasn't planning on doing a law vlog today,
but I'm doing one now.
This is not just a legal observation, this is a human observation. When people have nefarious intentions, they always cloak those nefarious intentions with good, noble, dignified intentions. So that if you accuse them of having done something wrong, you're sort of attacking their good, noble intentions.
How dare you?
It's a classic reflex that you see when examining people. It wasn't a bribe, it was just a donation to a wonderful charity, and I happen to have gotten other benefits contemporaneously with that magical donation. So when YouTube comes out and announces that it's going to work with other parties, Google, Facebook, verified fact checkers, to tell us what is a hoax and what is not a hoax, what is true and what is false, what has been debunked and what has not been debunked, you will forgive a skeptic for being skeptical. And when they talk about working with companies like Google and Facebook, you can't ignore the fact that Facebook itself has been guilty of selling data for political purposes. And who becomes a verified fact checker? More importantly, how do they become a verified fact checker? More importantly than that, who fact checks the fact checkers? I mean, this is reminiscent of that episode of The Simpsons where Homer becomes a vigilante to get back Lisa Simpson's saxophone.
Dad, don't you see you're abusing your power like all vigilantes? I mean, if you're the police, who will police the police?
Oh, Coast Guard.
And as a lawyer, I can tell you not that facts are subjective. I don't believe that facts are subjective in the sense that there's no objective truth, rather subjective realities. I believe in objective fact, but the reality of fact is that it is very much dependent on verbiage and wordsmithing. Someone can ask me if I'm 39 years old, and I can look them straight in the eyes and say, no, I'm not 39 years old. I am 39 years old. I'm not 39 years old. I'm 39 3/4. And the denial of being 39 will be a totally truthful denial. This is a fundamental critique of law and lawyers, is that if only by the mere passage of time, circumstances have changed such that what was true yesterday is no longer true tomorrow. That's why lawyers exist to some extent. Dogs didn't like that. Words can be changed very subtly to make something that is true false and something that is false true. Dog didn't like that either. And the more important question in all of this is sort of a philosophical one. What is YouTube's role in all of this? Is YouTube a platform or is YouTube a player? Is YouTube there to make decisions for its users, for its creators? Or is YouTube there to act as a source, without influence, without direction, without manipulation? I'm old-fashioned. I will take imperfect free speech over perfect censorship any day of the week. I will take the free flow of all information, accurate or inaccurate, over the hand-picking of information deemed to be accurate by people other than myself. I don't need or want people making decisions for me as to the truthfulness of information. I like to come to those conclusions myself. And I think it is paternalistic on the one hand and dangerous on the other to have corporations who themselves don't have the cleanest of histories making certain decisions for the people who are there for the free flow of information. And then there's a practical question to all of this. What is going to be the practical effect of flagging something as a hoax from the truth panel? Is that going to create something of a Streisand effect in and of itself? To a great many people, nothing confirms a hoax more than having a big corporation tell you that it's a hoax. This is sort of the reality of the problem that YouTube is getting into right now, is it's sort of acting like government in a way, and the problem with government oftentimes is that they create a regulation to solve a problem, but in so creating another regulation, they create another problem. Sometimes they actually exacerbate the initial problem that they were trying to regulate away. By flagging something as a hoax, on the one hand, you're going to to confirm the truthfulness of it to the hoax believers, and you're going to pique the interest of other people who may have just disregarded that through their own discretion as being a hoax. When someone tells me what to believe and what to think, I get skeptical. I get skeptical both of the intentions of the person who's telling me what to believe and the truthfulness of what they're telling me to believe. Alright, I don't know if this is a law vlog or just a crazy rant, but YouTube is going to be unveiling its Truth Panel, Ministry of Truth Panel next year. We'll see how this is going to turn out. I don't think it's going to affect my content per se, but who knows, maybe it will. Maybe some of my law vlogs are going to get hoax alert, debunked alert. You can, in fact, take pictures of people whenever you want and publish them wherever you want. Don't do it, you can't. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you like my stuff. Check out Corzine's channel, and peace out. Booyakasha. Bye, y'all.